Hare Krishna. We welcome all devotees to this very auspicious festival of Balram Jayanti or Balram Purnima. So today I feel very fortunate that I'm getting a chance to glorify Lord Balram, and I'm going to do that by speaking a few pastimes of the Lord and sharing with you some of the things that I have heard from my senior devotees, my senior God brothers in the temple. And also I want to thank all of you for coming today. This is a very, very special occasion. It is said that on festival days the Lord incarnates in the form of the day. So whatever time we spend glorifying the Lord is actually we are associating with the Lord. And I want to thank all the devotees who organized this flower plucking and Abhishek. I remember I came at 4 o'clock and there were Matajis plucking the flowers. Very nice to see. And also Kirtan was ecstatic. Thank you. Digvijay Prabhu and Rasagoran Prabhu and all of you. So this is Krishna consciousness. Just come together and chant, hear, take prasad. Don't fight. These are all basic Krishna conscious principles. So today is Balramji's birthday. Next week we are going to celebrate Krishna Janmashtami. So many people in this world, first of all, they don't accept that there is God. Very few people accept that there is actually God. And out of that, there are very few people who accept that God is a person. And there are some who accept God is a person, but they are shocked when we say that we celebrate God's birthday. वो तो ज़्यादा ही हो जाता है उनको. And today we are telling them God has an older brother and उनका भी birthday. And today we are celebrating God's big brother's birthday. What does this mean? This means Krishna consciousness is a very personal process. It's a very personal process. अरे इसमें relationships है, God एक person है. No, we have God's name, God's parents' name, His address, सब कुछ है. Phone number भी है. If you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. You are connecting to Krishna. So everything we have, it's a very personal process. So today what we will do is, because we have come on Balram Jayanti day and many of you may not be aware of Lord Balram, because generally we speak about Krishna's pastimes in our classes. Today one day we will speak about Lord Balram. So we will cover 4 topics today. First we will talk about how Lord Balram is a reservoir of unlimited strength, spiritual strength. That is the first topic we will discuss. Second we will discuss how Lord Balram is the representative or his representative is the spiritual master. Our Lord Balram is the main guru, the original spiritual master. Third topic we will discuss is how Lord Balram is an embodiment of service attitude. And fourth we will discuss how Lord Balram's pastimes are filled with sweetness. And the conclusion of all this is we want to develop our sambandha, our relationship with Lord Balram. So that whole year we can remember him. So 4 things: spiritual strength, spiritual master, service attitude and sweetness. So these are the 4 things we will discuss. 4S of Lord Balram. So first we will talk about Lord Balram, how he is a reservoir of unlimited spiritual strength. But today is in India, most people don't know what is Balram Jayanti. If you tell them today is a holy day, they will say yes, and they will think it is Raksha Bandhan. Raksha Bandhan is the day that people remember Balram Jayanti as. But we also need to remind ourselves that the real protection is given by Lord Balram for our spiritual lives. So it is true, today is Raksha Bandhan. And mainly, Lord Balram is the one who gives us a lot of spiritual protection. So before I begin, how Lord Balram is an embodiment of spiritual strength, I want to tell one story. In London, we have ISKCON temple, So Street temple. And first I have to give a background. Every Saturday, like this today Saturday evening they go on Harinam Sankirtan. Like tomorrow we are going to go. Tomorrow evening all of you are welcome. Please come. So when in London, So Street Saturday evening is the most amazing day. They go on Kirtan, the men and women, they go in line, proper format and melodious Kirtan, and all, London is the most cosmopolitan city in the world. Chinese, Indians, Americans, Africans, they all come drunk, some of them they are dancing. It's a wild Kirtan. So once some devotees are going in Kirtan, and one brahmachari in saffron, he was also in the Kirtan, and they went through a particular lane, and suddenly his eyes fell on a liquor bar. Kirtan was going on, and he was also in the Kirtan, but he kept looking at that liquor bar. Why? Because before he became a devotee, he used to go there every day, and he used to get drunk, and that was his favorite bar. अभी devotee बन गया, अभी तो जा नहीं सकते उधर. He was going on Kirtan, but उसका दिल उसका उधर जा रहा था. ऐसा देख के पीछे देख के वो जा रहा था. Then what happened? Kirtan is going on, but he's looking back. And suddenly what happened? He banged his head on a pole and he got a big bump on his head. Then he got woken up. अरे मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, क्या देख रहा हूँ? Then he went. And next day was his morning Bhagavatam class. So he was sitting on the club and everybody saw. And he realized that everybody is seeing that he has a bump on his head. So he said it is a good time to tell them honestly what has happened. So he told them, Kal aisa ho gaya. I was looking at that bar because I was attracted, because I was supposed to go there. And then he gave a nice purport. He said, in bhakti, as we go ahead in our spiritual life, our past calls us back. हम में से बहुत लोगों ने बहुत कुछ, हमको लगता है कि छोड़ दिया, कुछ छोड़ा नहीं है. So sometimes we feel we have given up, and we are going ahead in bhakti. But what happens? Who calls us back? The past. And if we keep looking back as we are going ahead, what will happen? We'll bang. And then we'll be woken up rudely. So, if you don't want to look back and get a bump on your head as you are going towards Krishna, we need spiritual strength. And who will give that? Balram. So, welcome to Balram Jayanti festival. So, now you know the importance of today's festival. Especially those who have been chanting Hare Krishna for some time, those who are fixed in bhakti. Today is the most important day of your calendar. You may not even be aware, but so today we can pray because Bala means what? Strength. And Lord Balram gives us unlimited strength. The Upanishads, there is a verse, Nayam Atma Balahinena Labhya. Labhya matlab goal, लाभ. सबसे बड़ा जो लाभ आपको चाहिए, नायम आत्मा को नहीं मिलेगा. मतलब आपको हमको सबसे अधिक लाभ जो स्पिरिचुअल लाभ है वो नहीं मिलेगा. नायम आत्मा बलहीनेन लभ्या. अगर बल के हीन, अगर आप में बल नहीं है, if you do not have strength, you cannot get the greatest benefit. If we are balahin, we can't get labhya. And what is this labhya? What is this goal? What is this maximum benefit we want? Love of Krishna. And we need strength. What strength we need? Physical strength, body banana है. Krishna prem चाहिए, तो what strength? Now this is a very important point. We want to love Krishna, we need strength. What is the strength we are talking about? Do we need to go and do dumbbells? Like close to our temple there is a very famous gymnasium in Marine Drive. I don't know if you have seen. It's called Inch by Inch Body Temple. इसका नाम है ऐसा. क्या नाम है? इंच बाय इंच बॉडी टेम्पल. मतलब उन्होंने मंदिर बनाया है शरीर के लिए. वी आर अ टेम्पल फॉर सोल. राधा गोपीनाथ मंदिर इज अ टेम्पल, बट देयर इज अ बॉडी टेम्पल. इंच बाय इंच बॉडी टेम्पल. अंदर लोग पैसा भर के जाते हैं अंदर और बहुत पसीना बहाते हैं. तो कोई गांव वाला आएगा हंसेगा, वो बोलेगा हमारे गांव में पसीना बहाने से पैसा मिलता है, पैसा कमाते हैं हम लोग, यहाँ पे आप पैसा दे के पसीना बहाते। ये सिटी लाइफ का वो अलग टॉपिक है। इन एवरीथिंग इज आर्टिफिशियल इन सिटी लाइफ. So they make strength, they get strength. So are you talking about this kind of strength? No. We are talking about spiritual strength. The spiritual strength रहेगा तो सब strength आ जाएगा. जैसे हमारे एक ब्रह्मचारी है, उनका इतना spiritual strength था, वो इतने पतले थे, इतने पतले, उनको हम लोग we used to call him stick, ना, लकड़ी जैसा रहता, एकदम पतला, और ऊपर से उसने पंचकर्मा किया तो और पतला हो गया, और ऐसा एकदम, उनको सोमालिया रिलीफ कैंप से आया बोलते थे हम लोग, क्योंकि उधर स्टारवेशन रहता है. ही वॉज वेरी थिन, वेरी वीक, एंड वन डे ही वेंट फॉर बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, प्रभुपाद बुक्स बांटने के लिए. और क्या इंसिडेंट हो गया उनके साथ, समबडी ब्लास्फेम्ड कृष्णा, प्रभुपाद, उनका आर्ग्यूमेंट हो गया लोकल ट्रेन में, और ऐसा झगड़ा हो गया कि ये ब्रह्मचारी ने जो इतना पतला है, इतना थिन है, ही कॉट आउट ऑफ दैट मैन एंड आई वाज अबाउट टू थ्रो हिम आउट ऑफ द ट्रेन. सो गर्दन पकड़ के सब लोग हिल गए मंदिर में, एवरीबडी इज ग्लोरीफाइंग हिम एंड ही वाज सेइंग दिस इज गुरुज मर्सी, बलराम्स मर्सी करके वो ग्लोरीफाई कर रहा था. और हमारे शिक्षाष्टकम प्रभु है, मेरे अच्छे दोस्त नासिक में टेम्पल प्रेसिडेंट, तभी वो हमारे मंदिर में रहते थे, और वो बहुत स्मार्ट है, उनको कोई उल्लू नहीं बना सकता. वो बोले कुछ तो दाल में काला है, तो सबने ग्लोरीफाई किया उस ब्रह्मचारी को, सब चले गए. फिर प्रभु जी ने उसको पकड़ा, बोला यार तुम कैसे किया ऐसा, यू आर सो थिन, यू आर सो वीक, हाउ कुड यू थ्रो दैट मैन आउट ऑफ द विंडो, ऑलमोस्ट यू आर थ्रोइंग हिम आउट ऑफ द ट्रेन. सेड बलराम्स मर्सी. नहीं सच, मेरे को सच बता. Then he said, वो क्या है, that man was thinner than me also. उसका बांडा फट गया. फिर people came to know what was this strength. So we all have strength, we all need strength, but for Krishna consciousness we need different kind of strength, and that is very, very important, and that is spiritual strength. What do we mean by this strength is, we have to understand the double role that God is playing, Krishna and Balaram. See, God में भी क्या teamwork होता है, we should learn how. Krishna is supreme Lord. कृष्ण का first expansion, first immediate expansion is Balaram. बलराम से क्या आते हैं, फिर द वासुदेव संकर्षण प्रद्युम्न अनिरुद्ध चतुर्व्यूह आते हैं, और संकर्षण से कौन आते हैं, नारायण. नारायण से कौन आते हैं, वापस सेकेंड क्वाड्रुपल एक्सपेंशन, संकर्षण प्रद्युम्न वासुदेव अनिरुद्ध. फिर वो संकर्षण से कौन आते हैं, महाविष्णु. महाविष्णु से कौन आते हैं, गर्भोदक्षाय विष्णु. गर्भोदक्षाय विष्णु से क्षीरोदक्षाय विष्णु. So these are all big subject, we have discussed this in the past. Today we are just going fast forward to explain how Balram is the first incarnation, first expansion of Krishna. So Balram and Krishna are same. They are same. Krishna only expands as Balram. Now, Krishna gives us knowledge. Bhagavad Gita. It is called as, knowledge is called as sword. Krishna gives us the sword of knowledge. But we need strength to lift that sword and break the ropes that are binding us. Not only we need strength to lift the sword, we need strength to get up. First of all, we are knocked out, we are lying down, और सामने sword रखा है, तो पहले हमको उठना होगा, उठने के बाद sword उठाना होगा. So who will help us get up? Who will help us lift the sword? Lord Balram. So when we are praying to Lord Balram today, we will get spiritual strength. And somebody may say, but why Lord Balram? Why should we pray to Lord Balram for spiritual strength? Baldev is here, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. Why should we pray to Lord Baldev for spiritual strength? Because he is the source of all spiritual strength. That is why we pray to him. Lord Balram, in the form of Ananta Shesha, he is holding millions of universes on his head. So the whole planetary systems, everything is moving because of Ananta Shesh, Lord Balram. So what people in this world they call gravitational force, that is actually strength of Balram. But why we say Balram is the source of all spiritual strength is because Lord Balram is holding innumerable universes on his hoods, but he is not standing on anything. Like for example, if one of you here is very strong, बहुत strong, So you lift this Vyasasana, I am sitting on this, उसको उठा दिया किसी ने ऐसा, हरी वो वेट लिफ्टिंग, मैं ऊपर बैठा हूँ और इसको पूरा उठा दिया ऐसा, तो वी कॉल यू ग्रेट, अरे क्या पावर है. बट व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ योर पावर? यू आर स्टैंडिंग, यू आर होल्डिंग मी द व्यासासन, बट यू आर स्टैंडिंग ऑन द ग्राउंड. ग्राउंड पे ऊपर खड़े हैं ना आप, ग्राउंड नहीं रहेगा तो. So Balram is holding the whole universe, material universe, सब पूरा ब्रह्मांड Balram ji is holding, but he is not standing on anything. He is the source of all spiritual strength. So when we approach him, so जो world में gravitation बोलते हैं, gravity force, that is Balram ji's strength. Balram ji is providing that. Similarly for spiritual nourishment, the strength we need to hold our bhakti, we get from Lord Balram. So this is the important understanding. Krishna is called, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Aham Bija Pradapita. I am the seed giving father of this whole material creation. So Balram ji is the womb. Balram ji is what? The womb. In the sense, Balram ji sustains all the living entities. Krishna is the creator, Balram is the creative potency. So like this is very important. Bala means strength. Rama means source of pleasure. So Balaram, strength and pleasure. So the understanding Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur gives is that, see, in our bhakti there are two things. All of us should know that bhakti means two things. One is anartha nivritti, means गंदे चीज़ों को हार्ट से निकालना, and अर्थ प्रवृत्ति, पॉजिटिव चीज़ों को हार्ट में लेना. I'll repeat. Anartha matlab unwanted things, nivritti, anartha nivritti, removing unwanted things, and artha pravritti, taking positive things, that is bhakti. These are the two things. So anartha nivritti means heart gets cleaned. Artha pravritti means positive attraction to Krishna. Now Lord Balram is the source of strength for both of this, because Bala, he gives strength by which we can clean our hearts. Anartha nivritti ke liye he gives strength. That Bala he gives. He gives us strength to say no to Maya's proposals. The illusion, the power of illusion is always distracting us. Maya never gives up. Especially devotees, Maya works 24/7. Actually she works overtime for devotees. Always she is hunting on how to take you away from bhakti. So she will offer temptations, distractions, proposals. So we need strength to say no to that. Anartha nivritti. So that who gives? Balram. And also we cannot keep saying no unless we have positive attraction to Krishna. Rama means pleasure. Unless we experience some pleasure in bhakti. That pleasure in bhakti also is given by Balram. So if we take shelter of Lord Balram, we get strength to say no to Maya and yes to Krishna. Bhakti ka definition ye hai, no to Maya, yes to Krishna. So Lord Balram Jayanti, Lord Balram's appearance day or Balram Jayanti festival is a day when we make this determination strong. The determination to say no to Maya and yes to Krishna. Now, but presently, right now, we are very weak spiritually. And even mentally, physically, even 2 hours we can't sit for japa. Physically also we are so weak. So we need lot of strength actually. And this strength is not dependent on your job. This spiritual strength is not dependent on your birth, on your occupation, on your financial status. Just have to have a heart which is calling out to Krishna, which is calling out to Lord Balram. Just like, a mobile phone doesn't matter. You may have iPhone, V phone, I don't know. You may have all the latest smartphones. Somebody may have a simple Nokia. What is more important? Network hona chahiye. Gaur Gopal Prabhu tells this story, He was in some airport, I think Heathrow airport, somewhere. He had iPhone. He had iPhone and he couldn't call. And there was one lady who said she had a simple Nokia phone, European lady, but our connection was there and he could talk. So the point is, So, we are not dependent on anything material. Today is a day, actually, we can connect to the Lord and we can recharge for the whole year. See, we may be having lot of qualification, lot of money and lot of Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shri, beauty, knowledge, wealth. But to attract Lord Balaram's mercy, we have to have a simple heart. The classic example is Romaharshana Sutta. Romaharshana Sutta was a great Pandit, great scholar. But Lord Balaram killed him. क्योंकि he was उसका तो सिम कार्ड ही निकाल दिया बलराम ने. मतलब he was so talking about mobile phone बोला तो याद है. We are talking about mobile phone तो याद आया. He was so knowledgeable but he had no connection. Heart में कुछ था ही नहीं. And look at Jagai Madai. Jagai Madai were worst sinners. उनका तो सबसे बेकार फोन था, बेकार मॉडल था. But they immediately connected to Lord Balaram in the form of Lord Nityananda. So from our side, if we want to access Lord Balaram's mercy today, because he is the source of all spiritual strength, है ना? अभी आज के दिन first quality we are discussing is spiritual strength, and we want spiritual strength. And what we want is, we want to say no to Maya and yes to Krishna. So for that we need Lord Balaram's mercy. And to get Lord Balaram's mercy, we have to do something. Then we will get. कुछ भी free में नहीं मिलता है. So Lord Balaram's mercy we can get if we work hard in our spiritual life. थोड़ा आप मेहनत करो, फिर आपको बहुत मिलेगा. And then you will realize, oh, I am able to say no to so many things, not because of my strength. There is some power beyond us which helps us do many things in bhakti. But initially you have to do something. You have to show your sincerity to Krishna. Like there is a very famous story in Balramji's pastimes. There was one demon called Dhenukasur. Dhenukasur, Krishna and Balaram would go to Talvan forest. Talvan is one of the 12 forests of Vrindavan. And they would enjoy, they would eat fruits, they would play. And Talvan had many tal trees and it had many tal fruits. So once when they went there, the boys came running to Krishna Balaram and said, today we cannot enjoy here because this forest is the property of Dhenukasur. Assumed the shape of an ass, donkey. And he had many of his friends who were also donkeys. So Dhenukasur was an ass demon, and he had many associates also. So some donkeys were there, filled with, and they were all big Rakshasas. They had big horns and big, powerful demons. And Krishna, Balaram and all his friends said, we want to eat the tal fruits. Oh Balaram, you are source of so much strength. If you want, we can all enjoy these fruits. So Balaram said, no problem. So Balramji came and he shook one tree and all the tal fruit started falling and they were all enjoying. And Dhenukasur came to know that his forest is being attacked. So he is being attacked. Proud people, they take it personally. Dhenukasur along with all his ass demon associates, they all attacked Krishna Balaram. And Krishna Balaram had a great time. First Dhenukasur came. So Dhenukasur attacked. He hit with his front legs on Balramji's chest. Balaram ji कुछ फर्क ही नहीं पड़ा. जैसे you throw flower on Balaram like that. And Balaram ji held his two legs and swung him. And by that centrifugal force, Dhenukasur died. And then Balaram threw him on the topmost branch of the tallest tal tree. And when Dhenukasur fell, that tree fell, and the tree fell on the other tree, and all the trees started falling, the fruit started falling, and all the other demons they attacked. So when they attacked, so they were all different color demons. Some were red, some were black, some were yellow. And Krishna Balaram were throwing all of them into the trees. So it was a panoramic scene, all different color as demons everywhere. And Krishna, Balaram and all the coward boyfriends, they had a great time. They enjoyed like anything. And they had nice stuff. Every day they would do this. They would kill one demon. Krishna or Balaram would kill one demon. And then they would have nice, because then that would be an appetizer for them. So like this they would have pastimes. So what happened, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, who is one of our main acharyas, he gives a purport. He says Dhenukasur, because he came in the form of an ass, Dhenukasur represents ass-like burden that we carry because of ignorance. The mentality of I mine, mera, ahankar, that is ignorance. And that is a big burden. See, if we are in this mood, ये सब कुछ मेरा है, I am strong, I am handsome, I am great, I am wonderful, I, me, mine. This consciousness is a consciousness of ahankar, of ignorance. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that certain demons who attacked Vrindavan, they were killed by Krishna. But some demons were killed by Balram. So those demons who were killed by Krishna, which means many unwanted things in our heart, all the demons who attack Vrindavan, they represent some unwanted thing in the heart. So Dhenuk also represents the ego of I and me and mine, ignorance. So all the other demons who attack, they are destroyed by Krishna. Similarly, all the unwanted things in the heart, they can be destroyed by holy name, which is not different from Krishna. But the demons Balramji killed, they signify something very important. The demons which Balramji killed means the anarthas which are there in our heart, which the demons who were killed by Balram represent. To remove those anarthas from our heart, it's not simply holy name. We have to work hard. We have to endeavor. And then the holy name will give mercy. So that means we can't be careless or wild in bhakti. If we have anartha of ignorance, we have to work hard and remove it by our effort, by our discrimination. We have to say, no, I will not do this. This is not favorable for my bhakti. Are you getting it? So as ignorance, we are all carrying this burden of ignorance. Jada vidya jato mayara vaibhava tomara bhajane badha. Barda kya ekhana shaktira abhave kichu nahi lage bhala. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that he's talking about us, but in a very humble way, that I am a donkey. I have acquired a lot of material education, and that education burden I am carrying on my back. But now I have become old. None of that knowledge, none of that material burden is helping me, because my heart is dry without affection for Krishna. So simply acquiring material things will not help. So now, how do we remove this? How do we work hard in our bhakti? So now I'll revise. We are discussing the first quality of Lord Balaram. What is that? And how do we translate into our lives? We want strength to say no to Maya and yes to Krishna. For to attract this strength of Balaram, what we have to do? Our endeavor. Then we can attract Lord Balaram's mercy, because the demons killed by Balaram represent those anarthas for which we have to work hard. Now comes the billion-dollar question. How do we work hard? How do we remove those anarthas? What does it mean? It means making the right choices. What you choose in life, your choices determine you. Sometimes we think sadhana acha karenge, bhakti, mala roj mala karenge. Sorry. There are two tracks in bhakti, sadhana as well as choice. साधना करते रहेंगे, चॉइस भी अच्छा करना होगा. सिर्फ चॉइस अच्छा करेंगे, उसको सस्टेन करने के लिए साधना अच्छा करना होगा. सिर्फ साधना से नहीं होगा, सिर्फ चॉइस से नहीं होगा. So what do you choose? Ask yourself, what are your choices every day? When I get up in the morning, first thing I see is my Facebook thing. I read newspapers. I watch MTV. MTV है क्या अभी? हमारे ज़माने में था. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 90s. मेरा उधर चल रहा है अभी. फेसबुक अभी आजकल फेमस है तो आई नो. MTV था, VTV था, VTV म्यूजिक. Some people, there are people who get up early in the morning and first thing they watch MTV. So the choice you make, or you want to chant Hare Krishna. So you take a call. Now you may say, Prabhu ji, but choice के लिए I feel weak. मेरे पास strength नहीं है. उसके लिए भी strength नहीं है. ऐसा है कुछ लोग. Right choice के लिए भी strength नहीं. ऐसा भी है ना? तो क्या करने का? तो बलराम जी को मालूम है कि हम लोग इतने निकम्मे हैं कि हम राइट चॉइस नहीं कर सकते. So if you make the right choice, then Balram ji will give strength, more strength. But to make the right choice also we are not having strength. So Lord Balram very mercifully, what does he do? He sends his representative to lift us up so that we can get up and then lift the sword of knowledge. And who is that representative? What is that representative called? Guru or spiritual master. So now we come to the second topic. First is Lord Balram as the source of unlimited spiritual strength. Now Balram ji as spiritual master. So the Guru who comes in our life, he is actually carrying the strength of Lord Balram. So Lord Balram के birthday के दिन we remember our Guru more. Now how? Just understand this. It's a very very wonderful concept. ये एक बार ये समझ जाएंगे फिर आप कभी bewilder नहीं होंगे, क्योंकि there will be many people, many television media will always promote how India is filled with fake gurus, fake godmen, whether it is PK or oh my God, or there is one now controversy going on of one lady from Borivali. तो ये सब देखने के बाद जो educated लोग हैं, they get bewildered. They think, what is this guru business, fake guru, this money making racket? That is because nobody have understanding, philosophical understanding from the Bhagavatam. That's why they get confused. If you understand the Balram Tattva, the Guru Tattva, then you won't get bewildered. See, first of all, Guru कोई भी ऐसा Tom, Dick and Harry नहीं बन सकता. कोई भी रमेश, राकेश, राजेश नहीं बन सकता. और no Kavita, Sunita, Savita can become Radhema. Any person, any Tom, Dick and Harry, anybody cannot become like that. There is a system in scriptures that is called Guru Sadhu Shastra. There has to be a parampara, there has to be a tradition. So there are 4 sampradayas, there are 4 traditions. तो वो ट्रेडिशन में जो आ रहा है उसको ही गुरु बोलते हैं. वन ऑफ द 4 schools of thought में ये सब स्क्रिप्चर्स में दिया है. अपने मन से उठ के मैं गुरु बन गया ऐसा नहीं होता. तो बलराम जी का तत्व समझेंगे तो गुरु का हम बिल्डर नहीं होंगे. बिकॉज कृष्णा is Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means eternal. We all know this. Eternal means Krishna spiritual world जो है, it is eternal. Krishna is eternal, and that eternality of Krishna comes from Krishna only. But Krishna is also Sat Chit Ananda. Ananda means full of bliss. Chit means full of consciousness. That Ananda, that pleasure, Ladini potency is Radharani. And that Chit potency, that consciousness, that Shakti is Balram. So please understand this, very very important. If you understand this, your life will change for the good, for the best. So this Chit potency of Krishna is Balram. Means if we pray to Baldev during Jagannath Rath Yatra, during Abhishek, every day if we pray, Lord Balram carries all the information. He carries all techniques. He has all the knowledge about how to please Krishna, because he is consciousness personified. He is the Chit potency of Krishna. So basically he provides all possibilities and framework for pleasing Krishna. So like whole spiritual world is created because of Lord Balram's potency. In the sense, because what is Lord Balram's mood? His obsession is to please Krishna. He has that desire. So he empowers the devotees to serve Krishna. He gives them the intelligence. Like today some devotees are cook prasad. That cooking का जो आपका talent, knowledge, ability है, that is coming from Lord Balram. That some devotees have talent to make garlands. Some devotees make sweets. Some devotees play nice musical instruments. This consciousness for this potency, whose potency is that? Krishna only, but through Lord Balram. So when we are praying to Lord Balram, we are actually attracting this blessing. Lord Balram gives us the knowledge, the consciousness of how to cook for Krishna, how to play musical instruments for Krishna. So we can pray to Lord Balram to give us the intelligence, the ability and the desire to please Krishna. First we need desire. Then we need intelligence to know what I can do to please Krishna. Then we need the ability to please Krishna. All this comes from Lord Balram. And when this chit potency of Lord Balram, when it expands from the spiritual world and it comes to the material world, it enters into the heart of a particular living entity. And that living entity becomes the recipient of Lord Balram's chit potency, which means that living entity then has an understanding of how to please Krishna. And that living entity is called Guru, spiritual master. Who is spiritual master? Spiritual master is he who is carrying Lord Balram's chit potency of being able to guide others and also himself know how Krishna can be best served. Sakshadaritvena samasta shastre. So Guru has to be considered and respected like Hari only. Kintu praborya priya evatasya vande Guru Shri. Tatrabi daksha gati vallabhasya. Tatrabi daksha. He is expert in pleasing Krishna. Guru is expert in pleasing Krishna. He knows how to engage in different services by which Krishna is pleased. So therefore, the carrier of this chit potency of Lord Balram is Guru, and we take shelter of a bona fide Guru who comes in one of the four sampradayas. And how do we take shelter of him? We follow his instructions. When he gives us service, we do those services nicely. And when we do those services, our hearts get cleansed, our hearts get purified. And then we are able to remember Krishna, we are able to please Krishna. This is a very, very important point. I hope all of you understood it. Sabko samajh mein aaya? Hare Krishna. See, this is very important to be connected to a bona fide Guru, because our hearts, the dirt is very subtle. It is not some gross kachra. Very subtle kachra is there. This is revealed in one pastime of Pralambasur. Pralambasur was one of the demons who attacked Vrindavan, but he wanted to, he was not sure whether he can attack in his original demon form, because he was scared of Krishna and Balaram. So he disguised himself as a cowherd boy who was absent that day. Every day the boys would go to the forest to herd cows. So this day Pralambasur came in the guise of that one boy who didn't come that day. And on that particular day, Krishna and his friends are playing games in the forest of Vrindavan. And the game was that whoever loses, they have to carry the winner on their shoulder and run. Give a joy ride. So Pralambasur joined Krishna's party. And there are two parties, Krishna party and Balaram party. In that game, Krishna's party lost. Krishna would most of the time lose. And Krishna carried one of his friends, Sridama. Subal carried Bhadrasen, who was also Krishna's party. And Pralambasur was also in Krishna's party. He carried Balramji. And they were running. So when they were all running, Pralambasur, they are supposed to reach one particular point. But Pralambasur, after that also began running. So Balramji was thinking, Maja aa raha hai, joy ride ho raha hai. And then after some time, Balramji realized, where is he taking me? Balaram realized this person is a demon. And then Balaram is the source of all strength. He is the Adi Guru. He is heavier than the heaviest. So he became heavy. And then what happened to Pralambasur? He felt, arey kya bhari cheez. He couldn't breathe properly. And Balaram became heavy, heavy, heavy. And then Pralambasur assumed his original form. But Balaramji held his neck tight. And his original form came out. Everybody saw this is a big demon. And Balaramji choked him to death. And then everybody glorified Balaram. So Pralambasur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, represents subtle lust. Subtle lust how? He came disguised as a friend of Krishna. Similarly, we think I am a nice devotee. But subtle level, we want name, we want fame, we want to become smart, we want to be respected, we want followers. So this is subtle pride, subtle lust. So when we serve Guru, who is carrying the chit potency of Lord Balaram, then this desire gets smashed. Because Guru is not somebody who will flatter you. We like people who flatter us. We like gurus. People prefer those gurus who will glorify them always. Once the relationship with the Guru becomes deeper, then flattery goes, service comes. And when service comes, heat comes. And वो heat सहन नहीं होता. So that is, but that heat that the Guru gives is to crush the subtle sex desire, which is a desire for name, fame, respect, adoration. Like when Srila Prabhupada first time met Ambarish Prabhu, Alfred Ford, the great grandson of Henry Ford, the owner of the whole Ford empire, multi-billionaire. So everybody thought Prabhupada will speak very nice things, flatter him. अरे आपके प्रोग्राम में अगर मुकेश अंबानी आ गया तो थोड़ी उसको इग्नोर करेंगे हम, थोड़ी बोलेंगे यार जरा उधर साफ कर, थोड़ी बोलेंगे। मुकेश अंबानी आया तो थोड़ा सबका एक अलग नजरिया रहता है। तो व्हेन एल्फ्रेड फोर्ड केम, डिवोटीज थॉट अरे प्रभुपाद से मिलाएंगे, प्रभुपाद, श्रीला प्रभुपाद, एल्फ्रेड फोर्ड हैज कम, एल्फ्रेड फोर्ड। अच्छा ठीक है। So they came, Prabhupada, this is Alfred Ford. He is a great grandson of Henry Ford. Blah 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 blah. उसको introduce किया. Prabhupada said, oh, so you are the great grandson of Henry Ford? Where is Henry Ford now? कहाँ है? Time has finished him. Time is very powerful. Take to Krishna consciousness. So Alfred Ford हिल गए, बोले मैं इतना गुरु लोगों को मिला हूँ, इतना योगियों के पास गया हूँ, सब मेरे को चढ़ाते, ये एक्चुअली गुरु है। ही जस्ट पंच्ड माई, प्रिक माई ईगो, प्रेम से। मैं प्रॉपर ओ प्लीज टेक प्रसाद, उसको प्रेम से प्रसाद भी खिलाया बाद में, ऐसा नहीं है। द पॉइंट इज फिलोसफिकली देयर शुड बी नो फ्लैटरी। So that's how the subtle desires go. So we want Balram's mercy, and we don't have the strength to lift this sword of knowledge. Then we take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master. And what does it mean to take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master? What does it mean? To serve, to follow his instructions. And even though sometimes it could be little difficult to practice. रिलेशनशिप में होता है कि नहीं? कोई भी रिलेशनशिप देखो, पति पत्नी, घर पे, हर रिलेशनशिप एक अच्छा फेज रहता है, बाद में टेस्ट भी होता है। सो वाई दिस इज अंडरस्टूड वेरी नाइसली बाय बलराम, द वे ही अपीयर्ड इन दिस वर्ल्ड। गुरुस पोजिशन का इंपॉर्टेंस बलराम जी टीचर्स, द वे ही अपीयर्ड इन दिस वर्ल्ड। यू नो हाउ ही अपीयर्ड? हाउ डिड बलराम टेक बर्थ इन दिस वर्ल्ड? ही केम फर्स्ट इन द वूम ऑफ मदर देवकी. And then Krishna ordered Yogamaya to transfer Balram from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. Rohini was staying in Vrindavan. Rohini was Vasudev's wife. She was staying with Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. So Balram ji को स्थानांतरित किया गया, यहाँ से वहाँ ट्रांसफर. From Mother Devaki's womb, he was sent to Rohini's womb. So people thought देवकी का मिसकैरेज हो गया. क्या टेक्नोलॉजी था देखो. Somebody may say, एक मिनट, if Balram ji had to be born as Rohini's son, पहले देवकी की वूम में क्यों गए? उसके पीछे बहुत बड़ा रीजन. This is materially inconceivable. You know, modern scientists cannot understand how can ये वूम से क्या टेक्नोलॉजी होगा. सोचो, ये वूम से मालूम पड़ा अभी उधर चले गए हो. We know that one mother can have two children. But one child having two mothers, both bona fide, not stepmother. ये भागवतम का अल्टीमेट टेक्नोलॉजी. मॉडर्न साइंस आर बैफल्ड. मॉडर्न साइंस में अभी हमारे डॉक्टर संजीव अग्रवाल है लंदन में, वो इतने बड़े सुपर स्पेशलिस्ट हैं. एंड आई फील वाओ व्हेन ही इज एन एक्सपर्ट इन व्हाट सर्जरी ही डज. He is a super specialization in surgery of the urinary tract of the child in the womb. उसका यूरिनरी ट्रैक्ट का वो सर्जरी करते हैं इन्फेक्शन में, मतलब इतना हाईली सुपर स्पेशलाइज्ड. बट इवन ही सेज ये भागवतम का टेक्नोलॉजी तो हमारे भी ऊपर है. बलराम जी को यहाँ से वहाँ ट्रांसफर कर दिया. बट वाई इट वॉज डन? दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस टू नो. नाउ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बलराम के पहले क्या हुआ? देवकी के गर्भ में कौन आए? 6 बच्चे आए. So when these 6 children were born one by one, Kamsa killed all of them. After those 6 children were killed, then Balram appeared in Devaki's womb. So these 6 children who were killed, they were actually sons of Marichi in the past life. And these 6 sons of Marichi represent the 6 anarthas in the heart, 6 unwanted things in the heart. Lust, greed, envy, anger, pride and illusion. Kama, krodha, moha, mada, matsarya. ये 6 चीज जो है 6 मारीची के पुत्र हैं. So Devaki represents devotee. All of us are like Devaki. Kamsa represents fear of material existence. And Devaki's womb is like our heart. So in our heart there are these 6 anarthas. They have to be killed. They have to be destroyed. Then Balramji, who is the Adi Guru, the original Guru, he enters the heart. He makes the place a fit place. And then who comes? After Balramji makes it a fit place, Krishna comes. So we want Krishna to be in our heart. We want to be Krishna conscious. But we have to do some hard work. So what we have to do? If Krishna has to come, who has to come before there? Balram, Guru. That means service to Guru. Service to the spiritual master is a predecessor. It is a precursor to having Krishna. And service to Guru means killing these 6 demons of the heart. And that means humbly serving and allowing the Guru to give us instructions and purifying our heart. And Krishna, before he comes, this is the arrangement he does. Like any big person comes. So who comes before that? अभी एक ऑर्डिनरी प्राइम मिनिस्टर आएगा अगर, तो उसके पहले कौन आएगा? तो सिक्योरिटी आएगा, स्टाफ आएगा, देख के जाएगा. So imagine when Obama came to our Bombay once, क्या हमारे मंदिर के बाहर नहीं जाने को अलाउड था. पूरा he came to भारतीय विद्या भवन. So much planning, so much security. So many people come before him and see the place. So the Supreme Lord comes, he will not send any ordinary person. He will send his own expansion, Balram. So if Supreme Lord is going to come in your heart, Krishna is going to come, then Guru has to come first. E rupa brahmanda brahmede kona bhagyavan jeev. Guru Krishna prasade paye bhakti lata bij. Guru plants the seed of bhakti in the heart. So if you are attached to Guru, then you will be attached to Krishna. If you are hearing Guru Maharaj lectures every day, then you will automatically develop love for Krishna. Otherwise, it's all mental. Because heart में इतना है गंदगी, तो उसको सेवा से ही जाता है वो. So like this, we have to take shelter of Balram, Guru. Only then this disguised Pralambasur. अभी हमारे अंदर क्या है ना? We are thinking I am devotee. तिलक लगाते, कंठीमाला पहनते. I am devotee. Hare Krishna, Hari Bol. We think like, and we believe it also. Sorry Prabhus, हम अपने आप को cheat कर रहे हैं. This is self-deception, cheating ourselves. We are not devotee. Because we have this desire to control others. We have this desire to offend others. और टेस्ट कभी होता है जब गुरु सेवा देता है, तब हमारा सब ईगो. When Guru tests us, it's gone. This reminds me of a shloka from Niti Shastra. Kaka Krishna, Pika Krishna, Kaka Pika ko vedha. Vasanta ritu agaccha, Kaka Kaka, Pika Pika. समझा मतलब? ये नीति शास्त्र में श्लोक आता है कि काका कृष्ण पीका कृष्ण, कौवा भी काला है, कोयल भी काला है. काका कृष्ण पीका कृष्ण, काका पीका को भेद. उनके बीच में क्या भेद है? कुछ नहीं है. बट वसंता ऋतु आगच्छ, जब वसंत ऋतु आता है, काका काका पीका पीका. कौवा कौवा है और कोयल कोयल है. कैसे? मतलब क्या? तो बसंत ऋतु आएगा तो कोयल गाएगा. कैसे गाएगा? कौन एक्सपर्ट इधर मिमिक्री में? अरे वाह मोहित प्रभु, बहुत आपने जगह पे यूज किया लगता है ये टैलेंट. एक्सपर्ट, वेरी ब्यूटीफुल. तो अभी कौवा सोचेगा अरे मैं भी कोयल जैसा हूँ. वसंत ऋतु में वो भी अभी गाए, ऐसा गाने लगेगा तो क्या क्या निकलेगा? कौवे का क्या निकलेगा? Yeah, so you know, You know the difference between kawa and koi. So similarly, I am also devotee. अरे प्रभु जी आप भी devotee, मैं भी devotee. मैं भी धोती पहनता हूँ. I am also हरी बोल हरी बोल. जब सक्सेस आता है, फेलियर आता है, चैलेंज आता है, तो devotee devotee, non devotee non devotee. Non devotee क्या करेगा? झगड़ा करेगा, एनवी करेगा, पॉलिटिक्स करेगा, कमेंट मारेगा. devotee क्या करेगा सक्सेस में? ग्रेटफुल, थैंक यू कृष्णा. मिजरी में, थैंक यू कृष्णा, आई डिजर्व वर्स बट यू आर काइंड टू मी. इन ऑल सिचुएशंस a devotee is like a cuckoo. He is always grateful. So we have this pralambasur type mentality in our heart, because there is unfortunately it's not problem that we have envy and lust. That is not the problem. Hare Krishna, very important. It is not a problem that we have lust, envy, greed, anger, pride. That is not a problem. The problem is we think it is okay to have this, or we think I am okay. We have to work hard. We trust our lust, in the sense we see, it is one thing to get poisoned, but it is worse to take poison willingly. We are taking poison willingly. We don't want to correct, we don't want to remove the anarthas from our heart. So how will this go, these anarthas? So what do we mean by serving Guru? What is Guru's first instruction? Hear and chant. If we come together, if we hear and chant, then these anarthas can go away. Very important. Otherwise, and very important that we don't treat Guru as ordinary, especially those who are coming in the bona fide parampara. उसके लिए भी बलराम जी ने एक पास टाइम दिखाया. Dvivida gorilla was a very horrible demon. Now उसका background क्या है? Dvivida gorilla was Lord Ram's servant. In the Ramayana, Dvivida gorilla helped Lord Ram fight against Ravan. He was one of the 5 close friends of Sugriv who were living with him in Rishyamukh mountain. But he did not respect Lakshman. Who was Lakshman? Balram. Who is Balram? Adi Guru. And when Lakshman was shot arrow by Ravan and he was wounded, and Hanuman had to get the Sanjeevani, that time Dvivida thought he is ordinary. He thought Guru to be ordinary. So Dvivida, because of that offense, he got association of Narakasur. And in that bad association, he became so bad that when Balramji was enjoying with his girlfriends in the Raivata mountain, Dvivida gorilla kidnapped these women and started making fun, having jokes with them, and then started showing his bodily parts and became very obnoxious and vulgar. Matlab, we may be a great devotee, but by offense to the Guru and Guru's representative, we may land up doing those things which we presently are condemning as abominable. Matlab, the offense is so powerful that what we right now think, अरे छी इतना गंदा, ये तो मैं कभी नहीं करूँगा, ये तो बहुत गंदा है, छी, वही चीज़ हम करेंगे. So Dvivida gorilla, and what Balram ji did, Balram ji caught Dvivida, और Dvivida को जब मालूम पड़ा कि Balram ji is attacking me, Dvivida picked up big stones and threw at Balram. And Balram ने अपना गदा निकाला, और गदा से क्या किया, फिर उसने बड़ा बोल्डर्स फेंका. उसको भी बलराम जी ने कुछ reminding you of some game. So Krishna, Balaram, the origin of all baseball, cricket, everything came. Then he threw big trees. Everything Balaram ji broke. And finally Balaram ji hit Dvivida on his head so hard that his skull broke and he died. So this is very important, that respect in the spiritual master. So Balaram ji teaches us respect, culture of respect also. Because what he did with Romaharshan. Romaharshan is a very important person. He was not a demon. Romaharshan Sutta demon nahi the. He was a great scholar of Bhagavatam, scriptures, Puranas. He used to give lectures, discourses. But when Balramji came, he didn't think it is important to get up and respect him. Actually, Romaharshan should have got up, respected, offered his respects. So what Balramji did, he took one blade of grass and Romaharshan died there only. Balramji was teaching us that you may be having lot of knowledge, you may know all the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita by heart, but if you don't have character and humility, then what is the use? One PhD professor came to Srila Prabhupada and said, I am a PhD in Sanskrit, I know whole Bhagavad Gita. Prabhupada said, what is the use of big philosophical talk without good character? Romaharshan Sutta was not a Rakshas. He was following all the 4 regulative principles. He knew all the Vedas. He was clean. But yet, because he was not humble like a blade of grass, he was killed with a blade of grass. Now you may think, Lord Balaram itne gussa ho gaye? No. Lord Balaram was not insulted. It's not that Lord Balaram ji wanted personal respect from Romaharshan. Lord Balaram simply wanted to teach us a lesson how a leader, especially those who are in leader position, they should be humble. And they should be ideal. Otherwise, the society would be misled. You know what happens after some time as devotees? We think we are doing a big favor on the society by being devotee. When we offer obeisances also, we think, कि my devotee. Actually, what we say, please accept my humble obeisances. मतलब आप हमारे ऊपर एहसान कर रहे हैं अगर आप हमारा obeisances लेंगे तो. But anything we do in bhakti, we have to be humble. So Lord Balram ji saw that Romaharshan was proud. See, otherwise society, Romaharshan had lot of knowledge, but he had, what was lacking? Humility. Character was. See, in Vedic culture, we should understand, in Vedic culture, real knowledge meant what? Real knowledge was not based on informational content. Real knowledge in Vedic culture was based on the transformational potency. How much your heart can be transformed. That's why in Vedic culture, mother is also treated as guru. Even when sannyasis in our Madhva Sampradaya take sannyas, they continue to pay obeisances to their mother till the end of their life. Mother is always their guru. In Vedic culture, transformational potency is given more importance than informational content. And if Lord Balram had not punished Romaharshan Sutta, people would have thought that knowledge is more important than character and humility. So Lord Balram, he had to do this. And you may say, but still, why he killed Romaharshan? That is Lord Balram. When he teaches something, he does in such a style that कोई भूलेगा नहीं बोले. भगवान का pastime है बाबा, style है. He will do it in such a grand way. Of course, you have to clarify, Lord Balram was personally very humble. See, he killed Romaharshan with what? A blade of grass. And all the other sadhus who were there, it's not that he was shouting at all of them. He killed him, and just few minutes before Lord Balram killed him, all these sadhus had blessed Romaharshan. Wow, आप क्या कथा करते हैं? May you live a very, 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 very long life. और उसके 2 मिनट बाद आके Balram ji kills him. So, all these sages, they start scolding Lord Balram. Lord Balram doesn't get angry with them. That is the proof he is humble. He just, and he does prayashchit by going on pilgrimage. He could have said, अरे उसको एक घास से मार दिया, अब आप लोग मेरे को डांट रहे हो. He could have taken bunch of grass and he could have killed them also. नहीं. Hare Krishna. Yes. I will do prayashchit. So it's a proof he is humble. And then when he went on pilgrimage, he went to all places except Jagannath Puri. Why? Because he was embarrassed. Because when Jagannath Puri is worshipped, so he felt awkward to see his own worship being done there. So Lord Balram exemplifies these 2 important things. What are the 2 things we discussed? First, reservoir of all spiritual strength. Second, he is a representative. He is representative of the spiritual master, and he is the Adi Guru, or the original spiritual master. And as spiritual master, what does Balram ji teach us? He teaches us the importance of service attitude. During Lord Ramchandra's Leela, same Balram was Lakshman, younger brother. And he had a very tough seva. He had to make Mother Sita go through Agni Pariksha, he had to banish her, and he saw Lord Ram going through so much austerities. It was breaking his heart to see Lord Ram suffer so much. So he decided that he is not going to be younger brother because he could not order Lord Ram. So he told Lord Ram that next incarnation I will come as your older brother. So then Lord Ram laughed. He said, my dear Lakshman, either you become an older brother or younger brother. I know that you will always serve me in the mood of service. Because that is your natural mood. And that is what Balram ji also did. When Krishna he ordered Yogamaya to transfer Balram to Rohini's womb, he called Balram as Balram. So he is the one who gave name to Balram. In the sense, like Guru gives name, to everyone during initiation. Krishna gave many names to Balram. There are series of verses in the 10th canto. So he is the original guru of Balram. In the sense, Balram, this is Balram's pleasure also. He likes to be subordinate to Krishna. So he is the original source of spiritual strength, the original spiritual master. And we have to understand this knowledge. See, Krishna, the personality, the Krishna, his form, it's called as Swayam Rupa. When we say Krishna, Krishna का जो form है, दो हाथ बांसुरी बजाते हैं, you know, with a more mukut. So original Krishna in Vrindavan, that is called as the Swayam Rupa form. So Krishna becomes same Krishna, but he expands. First expansion of Krishna is called Swayam Prakash, which is the Krishna in Rasa Leela. Rasa Leela में जो Krishna नाचते हैं, it is, see, the Krishna, one who comes to this material world, the original Krishna is Swayam Rupa. His first expansion is Swayam Prakash, one who is also Krishna only, but Krishna of Rasa Leela. And then comes Krishna with a slight difference, and that is called Vaibhav Prakash. And that is Lord Balram. The slight difference of Krishna from Krishna, and that is Lord Balram. So there is no difference between Krishna and Balram, but very tiny difference. What is the difference? There are three differences between Krishna and Balram. Krishna is dark like a monsoon cloud, fresh monsoon cloud. And Balramji is white like a spring cloud. First difference. Second, Krishna carries a flute. Balramji carries a buffalo horn. And third, Krishna is the supreme enjoyer and Balram has the abhiman or the mentality of being the servant of Krishna. Krishna doesn't have that mentality that I am servant of Krishna. Balram has this mentality of I am servant of Krishna. So Prabhupada says Balramji is supreme personality of servitor Godhead. The supreme God only, but in the mood of servant. Sarvavatari Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Tahara Dvitiya Deha Shri Balaram. सर्व अवतारी, सब अवतारों के स्रोत, सर्व अवतारी कृष्ण, कृष्ण है, स्वयं भगवान, ताहारा द्वितीय देह श्री बलराम, और उनके द्वितीय देह सेम कृष्ण, when it comes second form is Balram. कृष्ण अवतारी ज्येष्ठ सेवारा कारण, कृष्ण का कोराइला नाना सुख आस्वादन. कृष्ण अवतारी ज्येष्ठ, ये कृष्ण के दूसरे रूप हैं बलराम, बट कृष्ण के ज्येष्ठ बनकर आते हैं, ओल्डर ब्रदर. एंड वाई कम्स कृष्ण अवतारी ज्येष्ठ सेवारा कारण टू सर्व कृष्ण का कोराइला नाना सुख आस्वादन. और कृष्ण की सेवा करने के लिए, कृष्ण को और अधिक सुख देने के लिए ही इनकारनेट्स. So this is the service attitude of Lord Balram. Lord Balram ji serves Krishna in all the 5 rasas. There are 5 rasas in which one has a relationship with Krishna, and generally all devotees have one rasa relationship with Krishna in one of the rasas. But Balram ji has a relationship with Krishna in all the 5 rasas. First rasa is called Shanta rasa, means neutral rasa, where there is not apparently much activity, but the mood of service is there, but less activity, but neutral, Shanta rasa. So Balramji expands himself in Shanta rasa. He serves Krishna by expanding himself as all the paraphernalia of Krishna, like Krishna's umbrella, Krishna's footwear, Krishna's pillow. So when Krishna is eating, that plate is an expansion of Krishna, Balram. You know, when Krishna is walking, the umbrella. When Krishna is sleeping, the pillow. So Balramji is always there for Krishna. Even his Brahman thread. So Balramji is there also. Balramji never leaves. Because even for a moment, Krishna is never separate from Balram. Balram serves Krishna in Shantarasa. So Krishna, all his clothes are expansion of Balram. So when God wants ornaments, God becomes ornament. Balram ji आ जाते हैं. When God wants clothes, God becomes clothes. Balram ji becomes clothes. Like clothes are very famous ना, और fashion रहता है बहुत सारा. Reed and Taylor मैंने देखा, बहुत famous है. Levi brand famous. कृष्ण का brand क्या है? बलराम ब्रांड. उनका सब बलराम जी का पहनते हैं, बलराम जी है उनके, जो भी है. And clothes are, see nowadays in like Prince Williams was marrying Catherine, उसका वेडिंग गाउन वो लेडी का, वो जो ऐसा हो रहता है ना, एक ऐसा पीछे एक लंबा रहता है ऐसा, वो ज़मीन तक जाता है, वो 38 वो सिर्फ वो वाला 38 lakhs का था. और उससे क्या कर रही थी, वो चल रही थी और वो पूरा पोता लगा के जा रही थी वो. 38 लाख रुपया पोता लगाने के लिए. क्लोथ्स आर so much attractive, ornaments, jewelry. So Krishna also wears clothes, jewelry. So that is Shantaras, that service. Who is providing? Balram. So Balram serving Krishna in Shantaras. And then comes Dasyaras. Dasyaras means actually serving. So Mother Yashoda would be serving Krishna, she would be decorating Krishna, and then and Krishna would be running restless. So Mother Yashoda would be scolding Krishna. Krishna, don't be restless, sit. I want to tie this ornament, tie this anklet. Balram, get that anklet. So Balram would run, Balram would get. So Balram would assist Mother Yashoda in decorating Krishna. So this is a very, very personal service of assisting Yashoda in service to Krishna, which even Radharani did not do. So Balramji was doing very special dasyaras of being there for Krishna, serving Krishna. And Sakyaras, Balramji was Krishna's best friend. In Vrindavan they would play games, and many times Balram would defeat Krishna, and then he would say, hey, and then Krishna would be defeated, and then he would tell Krishna, go home and eat some butter and come back. Then you get strength, then you fight with me. So then Krishna would go running to Mother Yashoda and cry, ki Balram made fun of me, and then Mother Yashoda would pacify him. So like that in Sakyaras they would have a lot of fights and jokes. And Balram also serves Krishna in Vatsalyaras, loving, motherly, affection wala. Like older brother protects. So he is like older brother many times. Oh Krishna, nothing should happen to my Krishna. When they are going to forest, Balram would be telling Krishna, Krishna, I will be in front, don't worry. So when demon attacks, Balram would say, Krishna, I am there. So he is like Vatsalya, wanting to protect. So there is a nice pastime. Once Krishna, Balram were playing in the forest of Vrindavan. So Krishna's, see, just like Krishna had gopis, girlfriends, Balram also had friends, girlfriends. So he was playing with them. So Krishna told all his friends, today we will go and have fun with Balram. Balramji is with his girlfriends. We will take color and flowers and we'll go and throw it all on those girls and they will start crying. Maja aega. So then everybody said, Arey, but Balram se panga kaise le sakte? Balram is strong. Arey, maja aega, maja aega. Krishna encouraged all of them. So they all took colors and flowers and they were going. And then Madhu Mangal said, hey, एक minute, Balram तो बहुत strong है. हमारा अच्छा धुलाई होगा. हमारे हाथ में flower, फूल सब दे दिया, color वलर. But Krishna, आपके हाथ में कुछ नहीं है. You first carry. So then Krishna said, yeah, I will also carry. So Krishna also carried. So then they went and they were hiding behind the bushes and watching Balramji was with his girlfriend. They were talking, they were laughing. So Krishna said, now we will attack. So they all attacked. They threw all the colors on the girls and the flowers and pura gandha, and girls started screaming, shouting, and they all ran away. Sab bhag gaye. And then they all the boys started laughing, clapping, and they were all in front of Balram. And Balram को कोई लगाने का हिम्मत नहीं की किसी ने, किसी का daring. सब color लेके खड़े, and all the girls ran away, and they were laughing. And then they suddenly realized Balram के सामने सब खड़े. And then they saw, and Balram जी सबको देखा उन्होंने. And then they saw, and then they realized, Krishna कहाँ है? Krishna तो है ही नहीं किधर भी. Krishna has gone away. Then they realized they are caught. And Balram said, अच्छा, अभी एक एक को चुन के अभी दुलाई करूँगा. So Balram ji caught. Now Balram ji did not take color and throw, wholesale नहीं. Balram ji is so expert and so strong. He caught each boy और उसको ऐसा कलर लगाया उसके फेस पे और ऐसा फ्लावर्स दबाया उसके फेस पे. He got completely drenched and he put so much color on all the boys. They started crying and laughing also simultaneously because that is ecstasy of being with Balram. ऐसा कलर लगाया कि they could not even recognize each other. They had to ask तुम कौन है? They had to ask. एक ही व्यक्ति को पहचानने में प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुआ. मधु मंगल भाई, बिकॉज मोटा, वो लड्डू खा के मोटा हो जाता था वो, तो वो उसका पूरा कलर ऐसा पेट से पट गिर रहा था कलर. सो मधु मंगल एंड ऑल द अदर फ्रेंड्स, बलराम ने सबके ऊपर कलर डाला तो सब रो रहे थे बलराम. एंड देन वन ऑफ देम सेड, ये सब कृष्ण का करामत है, कृष्ण टोल्ड अस टू डू दिस. एंड देन इमीडिएटली बलराम सेड, व्हाट? Krishna told, why you never told me? Now Krishna will feel very annoyed that I did so much damage to all of you. I put so much color on you. So Krishna will feel bad. Oh, sorry, I didn't know this. So then Balram took each boy and very lovingly removed all the colors and the flowers and cleaned that boy and embraced him and said, now you go to Krishna. So like that, Balram was very, very, immediately became protective. Oh, my Krishna will feel annoyed that, his friends, I did like this. So this is Vatsalya Ras. Balram ka bahut sara pastimes aisa bhi hai, Vatsalya Ras. And then there is one rasa which is called Madhurya Ras, the ras of conjugal love. Now, generally devotees are in one of the 5 rasas. Like Gopa, Shridama is Krishna's Sakha, Sakya Ras. He cannot be in Madhurya Ras. Mother Yashoda is in Vatsalya Ras. She cannot be in Madhurya Ras. But Balramji is in all rasas. He is in Madhurya Ras also. Lover also. How? He expands himself as Ananga Manjari. Ananga Manjari is the younger sister of Radharani. So, he gives pleasure to Krishna even as a conjugally through Ananga Manjari. So basically, Balram is the only personality, person who serves Krishna in all the 5 rasas. And in all these 5 rasas, what does Balramji do? Balramji does sweet pastimes with Krishna. This is the 4th topic. What are the first 3 we discussed? First is spiritual strength. Second, spiritual master. Third, service attitude. And now the sweet pastime. Lord Balram performs very beautiful pastimes. His complexion is white, like the milk when it is aerated. Milk आपने aerate किया कभी? हम लोग DTs के लिए करते हैं. गरम गरम दूध 2 बर्तन में लेके फिर ऊपर से डालते हैं उसको. फिर then इसको ऊपर से डालते हैं. It's called as aerating that milk, and then that foam is formed on top. So Balramji was that complexion. So when Balramji was born, everybody would say, Rohini, you have kept foam in a cradle. They would talk to Rohini like that. And Balramji is like white cooling rays of full moon. That was his complexion. That was how he looked. And after birth, he didn't open his eyes. And when Mother Yashoda came, Mother Yashoda was pregnant, and she came close to Balram. Balram would immediately open his eyes and clap his hands and laugh when he would put his head on the chest, on the womb of Mother Yashoda, because he knew that Krishna is there. And he would become very happy and very jubilant. And then again, after Mother Yashoda would go again, he would close his eyes and go back. That means our existence is only for Krishna. When Krishna comes, then my life is perfect. When Srila Prabhupada was traveling from Mayapur to Vrindavan, so he asked in the car, so who is stronger, Krishna or Balram? So devotee said, Prabhupada, Balram, because Balram is older brother of Krishna and his name is Bala. Prabhupada said, no, Krishna is strong. Why? Because Prabhupada said, how do they stand? Have you seen Krishna Balram deities in Vrindavan? How does Balramji stand? Dekho, Prabhupada said, see, he is taking support of Krishna. So Krishna is stronger. So like that, they would have a lot of nice pastimes. And now it's very important. ये जो pastimes है ना बलराम और कृष्ण का बहुत special है. Because see, they are same person but different personality. Balram ji opposes Krishna. Why he opposes? वो फ्लेवर बढ़ाने के लिए. खाते समय थोड़ा खट्टा थोड़ा मीठा रहता तो मजा आता है ना. तो बलराम जी क्या करते हैं जानबूझ के, या Krishna arranges situation in such a way that there is contradictory behavior. Same Krishna, like best example, can you think? Best example of Balram and Krishna contradiction. Mahabharat what? Duryodhan. Krishna wanted his sister Subhadra to marry Arjun. And Balram wanted his sister to marry. God can't stand those who hate his devotees. And Pandavas are greatest devotees of Krishna. And Duryodhan hates them the most. And Balram wants his sister to marry Duryodhan. देखो क्या रस है. और कृष्ण भी ऐसा नहीं कि उनको बिठा के मीटिंग किया और समझाया. He could have done that. But Krishna भी special है. उनको बिना बोले क्या किया, अर्जुन को बोला सन्यासी बन के आओ, पूरा ही मेड अर्जुना किडनैप हिज ओन सिस्टर. So you can imagine how, what kind of flavor, what kind of rasa it is. It's very sweet, very special relationship. So actually Duryodhana is anti-devotee and Balramji is supporting a person who is anti-devotee. एक contradiction है. Actually in ISKCON there is one devotee. His name is Duryodhan Guru Das. बलराम जी का नाम दिया उसके गुरु महाराज ने इसको, दुर्योधन गुरु. बलराम जी दुर्योधन के गुरु थे. So basically Balram ji would do contradictory things of like see, this is one contradiction. Second is, we say that God protects Brahmanas, but Lord Balaram killed Romaharshan. And it said, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, God comes to kill demons, परित्राणाय साधुना विनाशाय च दुष्कृताम. और जब सबसे बड़ा अपॉर्चुनिटी था टू किल डीमंस, विच वाज महाभारत वॉर, बलराम जी चले गए पिलग्रिमेज में, घूमने के लिए चले गए, तीर्थ यात्रा में निकल गए. ही वॉज नॉट देयर. सो बलराम जी ऑन वेडिंग डे ऑफ इज ग्रैंडसन, कृष्णा ग्रैंडसन अनिरुद्ध विद रुक्मीज डॉटर, उसी दिन रुक्मी को मार डाला. मतलब बलराम जी कैन डू मोस्ट अमेजिंग थिंग्स. See, now when you hear all this pastime, you don't use your intelligence. अभी ये लॉजिक वाला दिमाग मत लगाओ, अभी दिल से सुनने का. क्यों? Why? Because we are talking about flavor, we are talking about mellow, we are talking about rasa, we are talking about sweetness. इसमें लॉजिक नहीं आता है. See, here ना लॉजिक को साइड में रखो, लव को एक्टिवेट करो. Because see, Lord's pastimes are inconceivable. You cannot understand them completely. Only by love you can appreciate them. Because if you start understanding everything about God, then you are God. Jiva Goswami writes, absolute truth by definition should have inconceivable attributes. Otherwise you cannot be absolute truth. Because otherwise if you understand everything about God, that means by your intelligence, if you can understand everything about God, that means your intelligence is greater than God. God has to be by definition above our intelligence. सो बलराम जी कृष्ण का ऐसा पास टाइम होगा जो आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा, तो उसके लिए क्या करने का, हरी बोल, वी हैव टू चीयर, वी आर इन बलराम्स कृष्णास पार्टी. उसको लॉजिकल एनालाइज नहीं करने का. बट स्टिल टू मेक अस अंडरस्टैंड, सत्यराज प्रभु ही एक्सप्लेन्स दैट हाउ टू अंडरस्टैंड बलराम एंड कृष्णा इज डिफरेंट कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन. इज सिंपल. बलराम जी इज ऑल्टर ईगो ऑफ कृष्णा, मीन्स इज सेम कृष्णा बट डिफरेंट ईगो, सेम पर्सन बट डिफरेंट पर्सनैलिटी. लाइक इन मटीरियल वर्ल्ड वी हैव स्किजोफ्रेनिया, स्प्लिट पर्सनैलिटी सुना है. डॉक्टर जेकिल एंड डॉक्टर हाइड. जेकिल एंड हाइड फेमस है. जेकिल वॉज अ वेरी कंपैशनेट डॉक्टर एंड हाइड वॉज द सेम पर्सन. वो टॉनिक लेता है, फिर रात को हाइड बन जाता है. ही गोज एंड किल्स पीपल, मर्डर्स, यू नो दैट फेमस स्टोरी. सो जेकिल एंड हाइड. तो स्प्लिट पर्सनैलिटी रसा, ओरिजिनल स्प्लिट पर्सनैलिटी रसा इज कृष्णा ओनली एंजॉयड. बाय हैविंग सेम पर्सन coming as Balram means having his own expansion act in opposition of Krishna's desire. Krishna's own expansion acts opposite of Krishna and has a different opinion than Krishna to increase the flavor of the relationship and the pastimes of Krishna consciousness. और इसको आप एनालाइज नहीं करने का, ब्रेन्स नहीं लगाने का, एंजॉय करने का. हरी बोल, इट्स जस्ट लव. Like once Tamal Krishna Maharaj went and told Srila Prabhupada, Yamuna is saying the only difference between Krishna, Yamuna Mataji is saying only difference between Krishna and Balram is Krishna is the enjoyer of Radharani and Balram is not. Prabhupada said, yes, she is right. And then he said, but Madhudesha Swami is saying the only difference between Krishna and Balram is that Krishna is black and Balram is white. Prabhupada said, he is right. Tamal Krishna Maharaj said, but Prabhupada, both cannot be right. Prabhupada said, you are right. So then he said, but Prabhupada, then who exactly is right? Prabhupada said, you decide. So point Prabhupada is saying is, ज़्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगाने का. एक point तक लॉजिक समझता है. You can understand God till some point. After that, we have to love. हर चीज़ को एनालाइज करते नहीं बैठने का. Like when Keshi demon came in the form of horse. तो उसके आने के 2 मिनट पहले बलराम told कृष्णा ये क्या है, तुम हमेशा ये मोर पुकुट पहनता है, बांसुरी, आई ऑल्सो वॉन्ट यू टू गिव मी. तो कृष्णा गेव हिज फ्लूट एंड मोर, सो बलराम पुट मोर एंड फ्लूट एंड ही वाज स्टैंडिंग लाइक दिस. एंड दैट टाइम केशी केम. तो केशी थॉट, केशी को बताया था कंस ने कि कृष्णा कौन है, बांसुरी ये है, तो वो सोच के आया बलराम कृष्णा है बोल के, ही केम अटैक्ड बलराम एंड ही किक्ड बलराम एंड बलराम फेल एंड बलराम गॉट अप. अरे बाप रे, ये मोर मुकुट पहना बांसुरी पहना तो ऐसा होता है, ये ले लो बाबा तुम्हारा नहीं चाहिए मेरे को. सो ही गेव इट बैक टू कृष्णा. ना somebody में से, अरे बलराम तो सबसे बड़े भगवान है, इतना स्ट्रेंथ है, केशु को नहीं मार सकते क्या? ये लॉजिक नहीं लगाने का, ये पास टाइम है. बलराम जी मार सकते, पर बलराम जी का एक लिस्ट है डीमन जिसको मारने का, कृष्ण का एक लिस्ट है. बलराम जी के लिस्ट में केशी नहीं था. तो बलराम जी ने बोला ये मेरा लिस्ट में नहीं है, छोड़ो इसको. सो you can't use that logic. So that's sweet pastime. Like Balram ji, Krishna would have, they would, when they were small boys, they would go to the Goshala, they would hold the tail of the calf, and the calf would get scared, and the calves would run, and both Krishna and Balram would roll on the dust of Vrindavan. Their whole bodies would be smeared with the dust, and all the gopis would laugh, clap. So they would give so much joy. So that time you can't fit and analyze why he is doing what. This is love, sweet pastimes. Like in Damodar Leela, Krishna had bound Yashoda, Yashoda had bound Krishna, Yashoda had bound Krishna with a rope, and she had ukkal se bandh liya tha usko. And then Krishna was there, and then Balram came to tell Mother Yashoda, "Arey, release Krishna." Mother Yashoda was already angry with Krishna. She was also angry with Balram. वो भी मस्ती करता है उतना ही. So she, and that day somehow Balram escaped. So she told Balram, "You get out. Otherwise I'll bind you also." Balram said, "No, you should release Krishna. Do you know who is Krishna? He is the source of all incarnations. Matsya, Varaha, Narsimha, all incarnations come from him. He is the supreme personality of Godhead." So Balram was trying to convince Mother Yashoda to release Krishna. Mother Yashoda said, "Acha, and who are you?" He said, "I am Krishna's older brother." Mother Yashoda said, "Sab incarnation ko mere ghar mein janam lena tha kya? Get out." And she drove him away. So like this, Mother Yashoda would not be bothered about Balram and Krishna's position as God. She was overwhelmed with love, with feelings of affection. So like this, Krishna and Balram would perform many pastimes, which you have to realize. Like on Rukmi's granddaughter's marriage with Aniruddha. Aniruddha is marrying, and that time Rukmi and Balram have dice game, and they throw a wager. And usme Balram ji is losing, and Rukmi is winning. And Rukmi's best friend, king of Kalinga, he was laughing and showing his teeth. And he was showing his teeth that Balram got very angry, he controlled himself. And then finally Balram started winning. And Rukmi said, no, I have won. Balram said, I am winning. And then finally Akashvani hua. Balram has won this game. So then Balram got up and he told Rukmi ko udhar hi maar dala. और किंग ऑफ कलिंगा को देखा, वो बहुत हमेशा हंसता था ये करके. तो बलराम जी गॉट अ क्लब और ऐसा मारा, उसका सबका सब 32 दांत तोड़ दिया, कलिंगा का सब दांत तोड़ दिया. So you can't ask why he broke the teeth. No, he broke, you laugh. You don't have to analyze, So this is Balramji's pastimes. So like that, Balramji performs many pastimes. See, when there is love, we don't analyze. Like वो मूवी में दिखाते हैं, हीरो कहीं से तो गिरता है, 15 लोगों को मारता है, and सब करता है. We don't ask, we accept, we just love. Movies we accept. We can't accept Lord Balaram. So like this, this is Lord Balaram's. What are the 4 things we discussed? Now we'll conclude. Last 2 minutes. First, spiritual strength, spiritual master, service attitude, and sweet pastor. Now the conclusion. So how do we conclude today's festival? Now before the kirtan, final kirtan begins, we are going to pray to Lord Balaram by Srila Prabhupada gave a formula. He said, Prabhupada gave this formula. He said, whenever you have any difficulty, go to Krishna Balram and pray like this. My dear Krishna, my dear Balram, this is my difficulty. My means this is dash. Explain, Guru. Please help me. So like this, we have to pray. And in ISKCON, many devotees are very attached to Baldev deity. Baldev, Balram, because lot of reciprocation of Balram deity with many devotees. Our Burijan Prabhu is ISKCON Guru and his wife Jagattarani Mataji. Anybody comes, when they are counseling people, they say, the best counselor is Lord Balram. There is one Mataji who comes, a Muslim background. She is disciple of Burijan Prabhu. So she had a lot of difficulty accepting deities because they come from a background where they don't accept Murti Puja and all that. So when she became chanting Hare Krishna, she became devotee, but she had a lot of difficulties in her life. So Burijan Prabhu told her, you just go to Balram, Krishna Balram deity in Vrindavan. Balram ji ke samne khade ho jao. So she would spend half an hour, then 1 hour, 2-3 hours just in front of Balram, talking to Lord Balram. Crying, talking, laughing. and all our problems went away in her life. So Burijan Prabhu says that the original counselor of Vrindavan is Balram. So we should all take shelter, because Balram went to Vrindavan when Krishna was not going back to Vrindavan from Dwarka. Balram went to Vrindavan and counseled all the Brijvasis, and he pacified their heart. So Balram is the original counselor. We have our devotee from Iran, Prabhuji, Gauranga, his name is Gauranga. पहले अब्बास नाम था, इधर आए हैं, लेक्चर भी दिया इधर. सो उनके घर पे उन्होंने क्या किया, ईरान में घर का गेट को उन्होंने जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा का पेंट बना के रख दिया. तो घर पे पिताजी खट्टर मुसलमान, तो वो क्या करते, घर पे प्रसाद बनाते. मदर को भी डेवोटी बनाया, मदर और ये बेटा डेवोटी बना के प्रसाद भोगा बना के चुपचाप गेट के पास लेके आते, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा को ऑफर करते, प्रसाद बनता है, फिर घर के अंदर जाके खाते. आई टोल्ड हिम, व्हाट इफ people, neighbors and all don't know you are doing murti puja? Nobody knows. They think it is some fashion design. I tell them it is some fashion design. So they worship, so his parents, his family is eating Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mahaprasad every day. So this is how Lord Balramji is there everywhere. And in ISKCON, many devotees have a lot of reciprocation for Balram. There is Ladini Mataji. She was very, very dear disciple of Prabhupada. She would have many pastimes. She would make, Lord Balramji would take Varuni, intoxicant. So uska hamara version hai honey. So she would make nice honey preparations, and she would keep in front of Lord Balram, and next day morning she would see that honey would be dripping from Baldev's mouth. So those kind of pastimes she had with Balram. And she had a unique problem in life. She told Radhana Swami Maharaj once, she wrote a letter, big letter, saying that I am in a big problem. You know, in the night, Lord Nityananda comes in my dream and tells me, what is this? Go out and preach. And then Balramji comes in the dream, same dream, and he says, don't go out and preach. You stay here and serve me. If you go away, who will serve me? So whom should I follow, Lord Balram or Lord Nityananda? Maharaj was saying, कितना अच्छा problem है, सबका काश problem ऐसा होता. So she used to have these kind of pastimes. And then we have our Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Brahmachari. His mother was also very attached to Krishna Balaram. She would get Mahaprasad. She would get prasad for all of us from home. And she died. She was reading Prabhupada's purport from 6th canto, where he's writing about Krishna Balaram. While reading that, Balaram's glories by Prabhupada, she got a cardiac arrest. And uska haath mein book tha. As she was reading about Balaram, she left her body. And then Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu called devotees who were in Vrindavan and said, my mother has left her body, please come back. So devotees told the pujari, garland de do, koi bhi maha garland de do. तो उधर बहुत सारे deities हैं, गौरनिता, ये ललिता विशाखा, बहुत सारे deities हैं, राधा श्याम सुंदर. वो पुजारी ने बलराम का ही deity दिया. It was coincidence, Krishna's arrangement. So then he bought Balram's deity that was put on his mother's final rites when they had put the garland. So like this, Balramji reciprocates with all devotees. So we have to take shelter of Lord Balram on this most auspicious day. And to conclude, we take shelter of Lord Balram by chanting Hare Krishna and by following the instructions of the spiritual master. Once Krishna's son Samba, he kidnapped Duryodhana's daughter, Lakshmana. So all the Kurus attacked and they defeated Samba. Because they couldn't kill him, because now he's already touched Duryodhana's daughter. So he's married. So they wanted to punish him, so they imprisoned him. So when the Yadavas came to know, they said, Krishna said, we'll attack and we'll recover Samba. So Balram said, no, first I will try peaceful negotiation, mediation. So Balram came, but by this time Duryodhana and Karna and all the Kauravas had become so angry and proud. They told Balram, no, Samba, we want to teach him a lesson. We will not release him. And Balram got very angry. Balram said, you guys, you have become so puffed up, so arrogant. I will teach all of you lesson at one shot. So Balramji came out laughing. He took his plough, he dug on the ground of Hastinapur, and the whole Hastinapur he dragged to Ganga. पूरा शहर के शहर को पूरा हम डुबा देंगे गंगा. And then the Kauravas realized, what is happening? They all came running and they told Balram, sorry. Balram. And then they came in running to Balram, keeping Samba in front. Please forgive. So our Prabhupada would give this purport that, our heart is like Hastinapur. और उसमें बहुत सारे कौरव भरे. और जैसे बलराम जी ने पूरा हस्तिनापुर को गंगा में डाल दिया. गंगा इज कंपेयर टू द ओशन ऑफ होली नेम्स. गंगा इज कंपेयर टू गुरुज इंस्ट्रक्शंस. सो व्हेन वी टेक शेल्टर ऑफ लॉर्ड बलराम मीन्स on his appearance day we resolve or we aspire that Lord Balram will drag the whole city of our heart, which is filled with all the anarthas, to the Ganges-like ocean of the holy names. And by chanting sincerely, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. By sincerely chanting this Maha Mantra, all the unwanted things of our heart will go away, and positive attraction and affection for Krishna will grow in the heart. And thus we'll be able to say no to Maya and yes to Krishna. Balram Jayanti Maha Mahotsav ki jai. Shri Krishna Balram ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.